Your Sunday tonic. Jemu, welcome to Newsline. Of course, we are doing it in a big way this week. Now, made in Nigeria products are becoming top of the range in the continent of Africa. This statement is not a rhetoric, as we have goods to back up Nigeria's high ranking in manufacturing, with a particular state as case study. Aligning with this tempo is the astronomical growth in Nigeria's agricultural sector. At this point, the contributions of women cannot be overlooked. You will appreciate their input from cultivation to harvest when that report comes along. There's also some drama in tonight's package. It's a crime story involving 3 armed robbery gangs. The suspected criminals who are helping the police with their investigations confess to us some of their alleged atrocities. In all of this, we intend to take you to a popular urban setting in the heart of Lagos. This place is special because time is not a factor in the daily lives of the people in that neighborhood. Sounds interesting already. In fact, everything we planned out will keep you focused until we are done. Let's watch the news right away with Joseph Johnson. Hi, Joe.
Hello, Becky. Thanks for joining us. The popular Masaka foodstuff market located along Abuja-Kefi Expressway went up in flames in the early hours of Sunday, leaving 1 person dead with many sustaining various degrees of injuries. Rosemary Bilal reports.
Used to be Masaka Market, located off the Abuja-Masaka-Kefi Expressway. It was a major market for foodstuff, ranging from greens, fruits and tubers. As at now, this is what is left of the more than 300 stores and warehouses, with traders and dealers saying the goods lost to the late night inferno run into millions of naira.
Around between 12:31, then my friend called me that there's fire in the market. We lost most goods, many goods. We lost many goods.
But seriously, we have seen something we have never seen before. It's a serious disaster. A lot of waste. People have lost.
Those are the commodity unexpected. I come this market, I see the fire is damage any properties for this market.
So government should do whatever they can do to come to our aid financially. Come to a head and support this market to those that have lost. Somebody heard that somebody fainted. I even heard that somebody died.
So what happened in this market today, it would not even happen before in Nigeria. But this one for market is too much. So we are pleading state government, federal government, they should come and assist the masses on what happened today in the massacre.
1 person who lost his life and others who sustained injuries while said staff attempted to evacuate their goods. The victims have been taken to nearby hospital. In massacre of Nasarawa State, Rosemary Bilal, NTA News.
And from fire to flood, a devastating flood caused by a 2-day torrential downpour in Port Harcourt has submerged some residential homes and major roads in the city. Chide Beronia, who visited the affected areas, reports that though no life was lost, some residents were displaced from their homes.
The torrential rainfall, which started in the early hours of Saturday morning, left virtually all the intra- and intercity roads in Port Harcourt in a pool of flood water. Areas affected include Mile 3, V-Line, Ikwere Road, Apara Link Road, with Sani Abacha GRA Road as worst hit. Broken down vehicles were a common sight on some major roads, even as road users found it difficult to get to their destination. Some of those affected by the heavy downpour expressed sadness over the developments, lamenting the havoc wreaked by the flood.
This rain since yesterday, even last night, everywhere filled up with water. Up to this morning, we cannot able to enter ourselves, nowhere to sleep. We stand out until daybreak.
The whole residential area is overflooded, so people cannot go out to buy food. They can't go out to get something for themselves.
The water is too much for us. We cannot bail it. That is why we are outside. And the gutter they dig everywhere, they just destroy everywhere and they cannot repair it.
The residents who blamed the flooding on the blocking of the canals appealed to the relevant authorities to come to their aid and open up the canals to the major water bodies and tributaries to forestall future damages. In Port Harcourt, Chidiebere Onyia, NTA News.
And Christians in Aba today could not really worship at their various churches following aftermath of the early morning downpour which flooded the area, destroying goods worth millions of naira and leaving people stranded. Kelechi Okata reports.
The city of Aba witnessed a heavy rainfall which destroyed property worth millions of naira and also hindered people's movement, especially the Christians who managed to go to church. The most affected are residents at Ibadan area of Aba, where churches were also flooded. As a result, members who were already in the church got trapped and could not come out.
There is a tunnel around that very place, and the idea from what we got is when the water converges that very place, from the tunnel it will now get down to what side over there, and it appears convincingly that the tunnel must have been blocked.
Even some of the houses around these places is flooded with water. People are suffering, and some of their properties were destroyed because of flood.
Due to the aftermath of the rain, movement of people was very low following the volume of flood witnessed in the city. Situation residents described as worrisome, even with the ongoing road and drainage projects at flood-prone areas. They, however, called for a lasting solution, describing the situation as major challenge hindering the progress of the city.
Because of the pond drainage system there, so it now collapsed the fence at the back of our house.
Because of these new roads like Angarando, Ibere, Ungwaro, all those water from all this Ungwaro roads, all of those is coming down here.
In Aba, Kelechi Okata, NTA News.
To security matters now, 4 key suspected Boko Haram terrorists and members of their families have surrendered to troops of 27 Task Force Brigade in Damboa local government area of Borno State. A statement by Director Army Public Relations General Sani Kukasheka Usman indicates that the suspects were trying to run away from the terrorist group. Similarly, troops of the same formation in conjunction with vigilantes have arrested a suspected Boko Haram terrorist at Bungai in Yobe State. Also arrested is one Hassan Yusuf, aged 43, a suspected logistics supplier to Boko Haram terrorists. Also, troops of 103 Battalion Operation Lafia Dole says it has successfully neutralized 3 female suicide bombers who tried to infiltrate their location on Saturday morning at Kawuri, Konduga local government area of Borno State. Director Army Public Relations in a statement says the female suicide bombers who were on a mission of committing mayhem were spotted by a vigilant group while they were trying to access the military location. He says they were, however, challenged several times, but they advanced, declining several warnings to stop before they were neutralized by the troops. He appealed to the general public to continue to support troops of Operation Lafia Dole and report any suspicious movements to the security agencies. Meanwhile, the Kano State Police Command has arrested 5 persons believed to be members of the Boko Haram sect. Sani Basiru reports that 2 of the suspects are women. They were arrested at Guyawa area of Ugogo local government area.
The suspects, according to the commissioner, were arrested following an intelligence report indicating that the remnants of Boko Haram suspects resides in Gayawa area of Ungogo local government area of the state. He said a joint police special team moved to intercept the remnant of the group when they were about to attack public centers, worship places, and where people gathered to carry out their daily livelihoods. The commissioner explained that the police team then came under attack, but they were repelled in the process. However, 5 of the suspects were arrested, including Abba Muhammad from Niger Republic, Usman A. Buhari from Borno State, Ilyasu Abdullahi from Geza local government area of Kano State, while the women are Aisha Ya'u and Ladidi Yunusa, both of Kwana Hudu quarters in Kano metropolis.
All the suspects confessed to be active members of the Boko Haram terrorist group that involved in several killings of innocent Nigerians in Kano and other
northeastern states.
Police Commissioner Rabi Yusuf stated that 3 police operatives sustained injuries from the IEDs and gunshots launched on them by the terrorist group, and they are currently receiving treatment in the hospital. Items recovered from the suspects include 1 AK-47, 49 ammunition, pieces of IEDs, 2 sets of Air Force uniform, 1 military boot, and 1 laptop, among others. In Kano, Sani Basiru, NTA News.
In another front, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has emphasized the need for the Multinational Joint Task Force to intensify collaborations with the African Union to facilitate more support from United Nations and European Union to enhance the fights against Boko Haram. The Army Chief said this while on a working visit to the headquarters of the formation in Chad. Ismail Musa has details.
Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, Nigeria's army boss, is on operational visit to the headquarters of the Multinational Joint Task Force, MNJTF. MNJTF is an assembly of mostly military formations from the Lake Chad Commission member nations. The force was reorganized in 2012 with an expanded mandate of tackling the Boko Haram terrorist group in the Lake Chad Basin region. The mission of the Chief of Army Staff, a former force commander of the MNJTF, is to assess the operations of the formation and share ideas on the clearance of the remnant of the terrorists from the region.
I want to use this opportunity also to appreciate our heads of government, the Multinational Joint Task Force under the Lake Chad Basin Commission, for all their support through the actualization and indeed the continuous operationalization of the Multinational Joint Task Force.
The visit of the Chief of Army Staff to the headquarters of the Multinational Joint Task Force here in N'Djamena, Chad, is homecoming, being the pioneer force commander of the formation, a post he left in 2015 after his appointment as Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff. From N'Djamena, Chad, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Now, away from security matters now, about 198 Nigerian migrants living illegally in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have been successfully evacuated by the federal government. The returnees, who are mostly women and children, were received at the Aminu Kano International Airport by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. Hadiza Baus reports.
For some decades, Nigerians traveled to Saudi Arabia to seek for greener pasture, where many of them have stayed legally or illegally. However, the evacuation followed a quick order by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to all undocumented immigrants to either regularize their stay or leave the country. This prompted the Nigerian government to enter into agreement with the Saudi embassy, where proper arrangement was made for the return of 1,800 Nigerians. Out of this number, the government succeeded in bringing back 198 of the screened migrants for the first batch, which 80% of them are women and children. Some of the returnees spoke to NTA News.
This is my first time of coming to Nigeria. I thank Almighty Allah for my safe return. I stayed in Saudi for over 8 years. I returned to Nigeria willingly.
I've been in Saudi Arabia for 8 years. I'm into tailoring business.
The head of Operation NEMA, Malan Issa Yusuf, said the returnees are in good condition.
Those that have shown interest and are willing to come back to Nigeria, that is what we receive. Through the Consular of the Saudi Arabia, they have shown an interest willingly, these Nigerians, like this one that have come.
Other agencies of government were seen working tirelessly to screen and provide humanitarian assistance and support to the returnees while the event lasted. In Kano, Hadiza Ishaq Bowers, NTA News.
President Yemi Osinbajo will on Monday speak on food security and Nigeria's preparedness to diversify its economy using Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, Ibadan, Oyo State. The acting president is expected to address more than 300 international, regional and national experts and to further unveil the Nigeria thinking towards agriculture, especially in the context of economic diversification. He will also speak on the critical role of IITA, Africa's biggest international agricultural research institute, in the transformation of Africa's agriculture. The acting president, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and General Yakubu Gowon will join the president of African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, in commissioning of $700 new training facility for capacity development for youth agripreneurs, funded by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and IITA. Now, as part of efforts to enhance the economy of Cross River State, the Shaanxi province of China is to undertake geological mapping of the state to establish a comprehensive database for all solid minerals deposit in the state. State Governor Ben Ayade stated this when Chinese delegation paid him a courtesy visit. Udwaitem has more.
The governor reminded the people of the state that the sister state agreement entered into by the Cross River State government with Shaanxi province of China is beginning to bear fruit with the arrival of experts from the province to undertake the geological mapping of the entire state. Governor Ayade expressed confidence in the team's ability to carry out a detailed valuation plan which is aimed at identifying any mineral of economic importance in the 18 local government area of the state.
I believe that by the time you are done, Cross River State will have a map that will show us by geo-positioning every single mineral resource that will help us in our economic planning.
Head of the Chinese delegation, Mr. Wang Jing, said the visit was based on the MOU his province signed with the Cross River State government and believes the team, which consists of senior geologists, will provide good geological data. In Calabar, Uduak Etem, NTA News.
Vice Chairman Senate Committee on Works Clifford Odia says the Abaji-Lokoja-Okene Edo Road dualization will be drafted into the 2018 budget to ensure its completion next year. Senator Odia stated this when members of the committee inspected the road project in Lokoja. Charles Alpha has the details.
Vice Chairman Senate Committee on Works, along with fellow member of the committee, Senator Mustafa Sani, were conducted around the road project by the Federal Controller of Works, Kogi State, Kajogbola Jimo Olatunde. 4 sections of the projects, which make up Abaji, Lokoja, Okene dualization, were inspected. They include Section 1 and 2 along the Airport Abaji axis, Section 3 on Cotton Karfi Lokoja Highway, and Section 4 along Lokoja Okene Dual Carriageway. Another section inspected was the Phase 1 of the Okene Benin Dual Carriageway.
The contractor started from kilometer 41 and they've done asphalt wearing course up to kilometer 45. They are now doing artwork from kilometer 45 to kilometer 50.
In the past, we spent about not less than two hours passing through Okene town. And this project, when fully completed, will go a long way to helping our motorists pass Okene without any problem. This project, when completed, will take approximately about 10 minutes.
Project consultant Abraham Ogunkaide said paucity of fund has been a major challenge for the completion of the road project. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Now let's take you to Anambra State, where Chief Godwin Ezemo has emerged candidate of the PPA for November 18th gubernatorial elections in the state. Chief Ezemo emerged the party's flag bearer after a state primary election held in Oka, the state capital. Joy Iloigbu reports.
The conduct of the primaries started with the accreditation of party delegates from all wards in the 21 local government areas of the state. Actual voting by the delegates showed an overwhelming support for Chief Godwin Ezemo. He clinched 358 out of the 360 votes cast in support of his candidacy. He was the only aspirant for the ticket of his party.
A lot of anomalies has been taken to be normal things. So what we've done is the right thing. And that's what we want to do every day.
National chairman of the party, Peter Ame, and other stakeholders noted that the party is the first to conduct primaries in the state in accordance with the INEC timetable for the forthcoming gubernatorial elections and described the party as peaceful and united.
We believe the vote belongs to the people. And that's why if you look at the slogan of our party, we believe our motto is that prosperity to the people. But we believe that the people will vote for candidates that will change the life of our people for better.
While calm atmosphere prevailed at the party primary election, the candidacy of Chief Godwin Ezemo was greeted with wild jubilation. In Oka, Joy Iluebu, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention now to religious matters. Nigerians have been encouraged to celebrate God's forgiveness of sin as assurance of His mercies and urged the people to do same for one another to make Nigeria a better place for all. This was in a message delivered by Reverend Bulus Gani, Senior Pastor, Christian Reformed Church. Lile Basi reports on these and other sermons in Abuja.
Forgiveness, described as a prerogative and will of God Almighty, was the focus of the message. Reverend Bulus Gani urged Nigerians to live a holy life as evidence of God's forgiveness, which is free and unconditional.
In an environment where there is forgiveness, there will be togetherness, there will be harmony, there will be peace. It is only through forgiveness that we will now rally, bring our energies together for the development of the nation.
Nigerians need to wake up. We have a lot to do to make this country a better place. And I tell you, it starts even from as little as that forgiveness.
Knowledge of life's cycles is key to stability in life's journey.
Whether it's cold or hot, whether it's summer or winter, I am the Lord, I change it not.
Inspirational words from Senior Pastor, Graceville Christian Center, Tunde Ayeni. He emphasized the importance of holding onto the unchanging word of God.
It's necessary we keep hope alive. Now, the trick about it is this. You don't have to spend at the same rate you used to spend. Call down right now. Use wisdom. That's all you need.
Nigerians were also encouraged to always pray for the nation and her leaders. In Abuja, Lydia Basi, NTA News.
For Muslim women, as with others, striking a balance between their duties as wives and role models for upcoming generations is often a Herculean task. At the 21st anniversary celebration of the Ansaruddin Women Council, Abuja, the consensus is that these goals can be achieved by empowering the women with the necessary tools to function effectively. Ahmed Ambali reports.
Before Saadat Abdulsalam disappears into the crowd of joyful women, she shares with us her story. A seamstress of 17 years, she barely manages to meet up with the demands of her customers owing to lack of requisite tools.
What I'm using before is not enough, so I believe by now, with this support of Ansaruddin, I'll be doing well with it.
Empowerment from the Ansaruddin Women Council is designed to bring about a change in her fortune. And that is exactly what the celebration of 21 years of the Women Council seeks to achieve.
In future, they'll be able to empower other people. So we know with this program, it's going to boost the women.
To be a woman who impacts positively on society, the thinking here is that you must first be enlightened and empowered.
We encourage them. We try as much as possible to make sure we empower them.
The Ansaruddin Women Council also used the occasion to recognize individuals who have supported the propagation of Islam. In Abuja, Ahmed Ambali, NTA News.
Report just reaching us says leaders and governor of the All Progressives Congress APC have met with President Muhammadu Buhari in London this afternoon. Governor Rochas Okorocha of Imo State said the president was very cheerful and has not lost any bit of his sense of humor. The governor said the party delegation spent more than an hour with President Buhari over lunch, and it was very clear from the discussions that he follows developments at home very closely. He said the president was delighted to receive the delegation and asked each governor about affairs in his state. He also asked the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, about the state of the railways. When asked to react to all the negative things being said about him, the president just laughed, describing such negative reports as lies. Governor Okorocha said President Buhari was completely unperturbed by the cocktail of lies. He instead sent his best wishes to Nigerians. Governor Okorocha told Nigerians not to worry at all, adding that President Buhari will be back as soon as the doctors gave him the green light. Governors Umaru Tanko Al-Makura of Nasarawa, Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna, Yahaya Bello of Kogi, and APC National Chairman Chief John Oyegun were also in the delegation. Experts have identified schools as the only way of securing prospective athletics revival in the country. It was the consensus of opinions amongst the parliamentarians and their guest, Mr. Rotimi Obajimi, IAAF Developmental Programs Course Director, that deliberate efforts must be made to ensure that schools are made the breeding ground. Henry Effium has the details.
Speaking on NTA Thursday night sports talk show program, the Sports Parliament, the panelists decried the death of internationally acclaimed athletes, especially in the track and field, as was the case in the nostalgic past. They observed that currently the country can only boast of a very lean number of internationally recognized athletes, with a lot of expectations and pressure on their shoulders during international competitions.
Too much of a single product, and where you look at the entire Track and Field Federation, aside of Kagbara, nothing else. Some of the best athletes I've seen in Nigeria in the 70s, they were products of the school system.
Where has the scholarship system that produced the likes of Obajimi himself? I think he was a beneficiary of that.
They advised the authorities to come up with a blueprint that will ensure that no school will be allowed to operate without including competitive sports as part of its curriculum.
Manpower, training of coaches, training of games masters, training of teachers has got to be a very focal point as far as that is concerned. We need an enabling act, an enabling law to make it compulsory for sports or physical education in the schools.
We try using incentives. The schools that are able to turn out as many as, they get bonuses to stimulate interest and growth.
From Lagos, Henry Effium, NTA News.
In other sports news, Board of Athletics Federation of Nigeria says 10 athletes will represent Nigeria. A decision reached after a meeting in Abuja as Plateau United maintained #1 position on the NPFC log. Amanzi Marcus reports.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria on Sunday approved a list of 10 athletes to represent the country at the August 4-13 World Championships in London. Blessing Okagbare Eguteguano leads the pack and is expected to compete in the 100 meters, 200 meters and long jump. 5 athletes will compete in the 400 meters women and 4x400 meters women's race, with Nathaniel Sampson to race in the men's 400 meters. Also going to the World Championships are Glory Nathaniel Onome and Emerald Enekwachi. The 3 coaches for Nigeria are led by Gabriel Okon. Meanwhile, Sunshine Stars Football Club defeated El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri by a lone goal in a Week 31 encounter of the Nigeria Professional Football League, while Plateau United maintained the top position with 55 points despite a 0-0 draw. Abubakar Bukola Saraki of Ilorin got the 3 points in beating Enugu Rangers 2-0, as Wiki Tourists lost 3-1 away in Port Harcourt to Rivers United. Meanwhile, Nigerian midfielder Ogenyo Onazi, now with Trabzonspor of Turkey, says the change in the timing of the Africa Cup of Nations from January-February to June-July will ease the pressure on European clubs and their African stars. He recalled that after winning AFCON in 2013 in South Africa, his former club Lazio called him to fly back to Italy for a Europa League game at a time he needed to return to Nigeria with the trophy adding that CAF's decision to increase the number of teams in the finals from 16 to 24 will equally lead to the discovery of great talents in countries that may not have qualified. The 8th edition of the Premier League Asia Trophies ended with Liverpool emerging champions after a 2-1 defeat of Leicester City in Hong Kong. In tennis, Russia's 19-year-old Andrei Rublev reached the Croatia Open final after overcoming homeboy Ivan Dodig in their first ever duel. He won 7-6, 6-1 in 1 hour 40 minutes. With sports update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
The death has been announced of renowned actor, broadcaster, seasoned writer and journalist Pa Adebayo Faleti. Late Faleti died 6 a.m. Sunday at the University College Hospital, Ibadan. He was 95 years. Pa Faleti was a Yoruba translator, TV exponent and a pioneer staff of the first television station in Africa, Western Nigeria Television. The late icon was responsible for translating the current Nigeria's national anthem from English to Yoruba. Pa Faleti also translated speeches made by then Nigeria's military president Ibrahim Babangida and head of National Interim Government Chief Ernest Shonekan from English to Yoruba language. He published a dictionary containing the formal or official use of Yoruba names. He is a recipient of many awards at local, national and international, including the National Honor of Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON. And now a quick check on the weather forecast for Monday.
Pleasure to have you join us on the weather segment from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. There are indications of more musonal activities across most parts of the country in the coming days, especially the southern states as well as the northwestern region. Heavy precipitations are expected. Hence, on Monday, we anticipate rains over most parts of the southern cities, with possibilities of isolated thunderstorms over parts of Abuja and Niger states in the morning. And as the day progresses, there are chances of isolated thunderstorms over parts of the northwestern part of the country, some parts of the northeast, as well as the central cities. And that's where we conclude the weather forecast for today. Bye for now.
And that's your weather. And just before we go, let's remind you that you can watch these news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. Our Sunday News Magazine Newsline is up ahead after these short messages. I'm Joseph Johnson. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
So the driver, I beg, hold on.
Hello? Madam, straight not finish show.
The party goes soon start, so Chrissy, help me go and buy recharge card. Oh yeah, everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Hello, Madam Celebrant.
With Glow Sharp e-top up, you get 8 times the value of your recharge. Plus, you continue to enjoy all the airtime and data benefits on your plan.
Where the credit now? Now sharp e-top up. I do enter your phone straight. Blood of Zachariah. Well, you know, say e-top up, no, they give all the plan benefits like bonus airtime and data. Now, e-top up, they give you all the better plan benefits, plus more. Christy. Don't worry, I will put smart in on top of your money later.
I be the wonder when that you feel square me the money sharp like e-top up.
Very good. You like money.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Hey, now who they here? My name now Mr. Shortcut. I dey mind my money. Now cheap one I dey buy. From that, we say. Now to buy cheap one. Hey, now one kind cable for my yard. A cheap building material where we take build my office. I think say I dey save money. Office building collapse and fire burn my house.
You don't see what happened to Mr. Shortcut? Well, Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, don't ready for action and say enough of pain, loss and wastage. And if you see product where no dey correct, call the SON office where near you or SON help desk. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Cadbury Bournvita now comes in an attractive new 500-gram refill pack. Simply open and reseal after use to retain the chocolatey and creamy taste. Cadbury Bournvita. Prepare to win.
Nigeria's #1 best private university in Google's Scholar ranking, Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Abua, invite applications for admission to the 2017-2018 academic session. Postgraduate and undergraduate programs are available in colleges of agriculture, engineering, law, medicine and health sciences, sciences and social and management sciences. For detailed information on criteria for admission, UTME requirements, foundation programs, direct entry, inter-university transfer, change of institution, form selling point, and post-UTME screening exercise, visit www.abua.edu.ng or call 081-2777-2121, 080-344-02771 or 080-3350-9150.
Abua, a vision in motion.
The Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu Adamu, and the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Professor Anthony Gozie Anwuka, cordially invite the Honorable Commissioners for Education in the 36 states and the FCT Education Secretary, Permanent Secretaries of Education, Chairmen, States Universal Basic Education Boards, Heads of Education Parastatals and Agencies, Directors of Education and all education stakeholders to the 62nd National Council on Education holding Monday 24th to Friday 28th July 2017. Venue, The Efficient, opposite Multi-Choice Office, Magazine Rufan Road, Nasarawa GRA, Kano, Kano State. Time 9 a.m. daily. Dr. Hussaini Adamu, announcer.
We want to buy Indomie noodles. So fast, please.
Yo.
This is not my Indomie.
Please, sir, it's not Indomie. Don't call it Indomie.
Sir, the taste is the difference. The difference is in the taste. That's why my brothers, my mommy, my daddy, and I all enjoy admission so very delicious Indomie noodles. The difference is the taste.
Taste is the difference.
Yes, difference is in the taste. Nothing tastes like my Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Thanks for staying on the line. It is true that most Nigerians have very strong taste for foreign goods. They would rather eat American long grain rice than homegrown Abakaliki or Ofada rice. They prefer to wear shoes made in Italy and Notaba, fabrics from India and Dubai. The result of this is stagnation of Nigeria's economy. Now the federal government says enough. Campaign is on top gear for Nigerians to patronize and consume made in Nigeria goods. This is catching up among Nigerians, as you would see in this report from Uyo, where Edidiong Iba says the people of Akwa Ibom State are truly looking inwards.
Made in Nigeria products are those sourced and produced by Nigerians here in Nigeria. Some decades ago, these products were the toast of most Nigerian households, and these of course translated to job opportunities for the teeming populace and a boost to the overall economic growth. When we thought that, as always, the grass is greener on the other side, our cravings for foreign things took center stage, and it became very unfashionable to use made in Nigeria products. Today, from Brazilian hair extensions to Italian shoes and bags, London suits, American cars, Turkey dresses, Milan wristwatches and accessories, Ghana and Senegalese fabrics, Indian movies, European football and Romanian jewelries, the list outrageously goes on. And when Nigerians eventually die, they expect to be buried in a foreign casket. There seems to be a problem here because not only does it put local artisans out of business, it makes us a consumer nation. And your guess is as good as mine what it does to the economy. What seems to be the issue here?
The film that's supposed to end part 1 and 2, they will extend it to part 6. And even up to that part 6, the thing will not end. Because if you tell them that is Nigeria goods, they will be feeling somehow because of the material or the quality.
For those who favor made in Nigeria products, you just cannot fault their reasons.
No, I prefer my country, especially Aba made, because I'm from Aba, so I know quality thing. If Nigeria will help us.
When we continue to patronize made in Nigerian products, it will help reduce our capital flights. We will not rely so much on foreign exchange to be able to get products here.
While we admit that the issue of quality is of great concern, what is the way forward?
Like Aba, Shoe Plaza, they are trying, but what is clean that they don't have support, like giving them the material or the machine, get what they want.
We should just improve the quality of machineries used for the production of clothes here in Nigeria.
We are working to encourage Nigerians to purchase, to patronize made in Nigeria products, goods and services.
As the federal and state governments heighten the campaign for the use of made in Nigeria products, the consensus is that this advocacy should start from the top. Let the leaders wear made in Nigeria clothes, eat made in Nigeria food, drive made in Nigeria cars, and even sit on made in Nigeria seats. Then the whole country will follow suit. This is a call to all Nigerians. Be proud of your identity and support made in Nigeria products. Remember, buy Niger, grow the Naira.
Akwa Ibom people are on the right track. It's a matter of time, and made in Nigeria products will be the toast of the world. Still on the track of promoting made in Nigeria goods, we move to agriculture. Government has been hammering that Nigerians must go back to land and till the soil to boost the nation's economy. After all, land is something that is not in short supply in this country. The agricultural fever is catching on as many people have heed the clarion call. Now, in this report, Musa Baba Aliu pays attention to how women are participating in agriculture in some parts of northern Nigeria.
Traditional and religious practices have significant impact on the socio-economic well-being of the people of the northern region of Nigeria. In a major Hausa prominent settlement, married women are mostly confined to household, and that is why they are not often seen in the front line of economic activities. In spite of this, however, it has been proven that the northern women, irrespective of their religion, play significant roles in economic well-being of their immediate environment. Among others, they participate in all agricultural activities, from crop to livestock production, and add value through processing and marketing. In Kano State, for instance, the women are participating in all agricultural activities, including dry season farming. Malama Hindatu Muhammad is a major rice producer in Bunkure local government area of Kano State. Despite the fact that she's physically challenged, she produces over 400 bags of assorted grains annually.
I use the profit of my produce to buy land, and so far I have close to 10 plots of land.
It has been good over the years, but we have it better under the Buhari administration, she says. The major constraints, however, are financial literacy, savings, and lack of access to loan facility to further boost their businesses. It is in the light of this and looking at the importance of women to agricultural activities that the International Fund for Agriculture Development, in collaboration with the federal and state governments, introduced a scheme to enhance and address financial literacy among the women, especially those at the rural areas.
The rural women now, they can support their husbands. They are not dependent on their husband. They can send their children to school. In fact, they don't even disturb their husband to give them money, because formerly they depended solely on their husband. And we have been able to inculcate this to them and say, look, Even not only processing alone, women, they can still own at least 1 hectare of land.
The women are coming. Well, that was yesterday. The women, I mean Nigerian women, have come. Watch out, they may just take over. We're not done talking agriculture. No doubt farm produce, animal husbandry and poultry are money spinners and will definitely enhance any nation's economy. They will also enhance the financial base and status of individuals who engage in agriculture. If you don't believe me, listen to what Wale Hamzat has found out about the cultivation and processing of bitter kola, especially for export.
And disease prevention becomes the norm. And all over the world are examining the various food categories available to mankind with the aim of identifying the health-giving properties inherent in each and developing them in supplement forms. Modern medical physicians now tend towards disease prevention through foods. Hence, the often quoted words of the father of modern science, Hippocrates, who admonished, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." Again, some plant-based foods that may also serve as snacks or occasional foods have a lot they can achieve for mankind in the hands of seasonal scientists, such as bitter kola, botanically called Garcinia kola. It is highly esteemed by the natives of Africa, though devoid of marked stimulant properties of true kola.
Bitter kola, Garcinia colae, belongs to family Stericulaceae, belongs also to the family of the kola nut belonging. But it has its own peculiar characteristics because its cotyledons is fused, it's not open or broken into parts like the others, and it's mainly grown in the humid forest region in the southern parts.
In Nigeria, its trade is as important as that of kola nut in major towns and cities in the southern part of the country where the tree is predominant. It is favored by the 3 major ethnic groups in Nigeria. Its domestic trade thus extends beyond the southern production areas to the northern parts of the country. The alternative nature of the kola nut and bitter kola stashed in a tray, nicely placed on the head, and their affordable price makes it a desirable, cheap snack for refreshment. Even traditional healers had prescribed bitter kola for the treatment of ailments such as cough, throat problems, bronchitis, even as a remedy for food poisoning.
Because research has equally shown that more than 90% of the diseases of mankind can be attributed to accumulation of toxins and dehydration. So if a plant has substances that detoxify, automatically I can say that such a plant prolongs life.
According to experts, bitter kola contains chemical compounds that will help in the breakdown of glycogen in the liver and has other medicinal uses which account for its longevity property in man. The demand for bitter kola in the international market has been on the high for some time now. This is because the seed is used in the pharmaceutical and food processing industries. The above statements drive home the fact that there is a lot of money to be made in buying and exporting to other countries.
Run through was well worth it. Surely your appreciation of bitter kola has doubled. Next up, if you have been observant, you would have seen and heard the adverts on Power Oil, which prides itself as a heart-friendly oil. Anyway, the latest gist about this oil is that its producers organized a fitness walk in the ancient city of Ibadan for residents. They tagged it Power Oil Walk Heart On. Kemi Oshin, who joined in the walk, tells us that it was fun.
Turnout of participants at the Walk Heart On 2017 in Ibadan speaks volume of the importance attached to healthy living among Nigerians. According to Raffle Oil Enterprise, makers of Power Oil and the organizers of the Walk Heart On, the event was to create better awareness for Nigerians on the need for healthy diet and routine physical fitness.
We are here in Ibadan to come and encourage people to come out and let's work for a healthy heart. That's the message Power Oil is preaching.
We are like a heart-friendly brand, like heart-conscious. So the oil is one that has no cholesterol and zero trans fat.
Beyond what we put in our mouth, fitness is very key. You know, let's begin to live that healthy lifestyle, particularly our heart health.
The exercise, which began with aerobics at the Power Oil Camp, Liberty Stadium, Ibadan, later took participants through major streets of the ancient city.
Ventures or programs like this is commendable for its health implication and its awareness. So
I love the exercise that I'm doing that is very good to health.
Renowned Yoruba comedian and actors Tonyeri and Arole, who took part in the walk, also thrilled the audience with their live performances. Other highlights of the event include free medical tests, distribution of customized gift items to participants, as well as entertainment.
Up ahead, social events that took place during the week will occupy the airtime in our next segment. Stay on the line to see who did what, when, and where when Newsline returns from this break.
You on your lane, minding your own business. La 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 la. Suddenly, Glow decides to surprise you. Free 200 megabytes, and wow, your parole don't change. This means you begin to enjoy more uploads and more Snapchatting, more streaming, more gaming. Look at you, buzzing around town, having the time of your life.
Free Data Day is here for all Glow subscribers. Get 200 MB free data for a day and change your parole. Use 100 MB plus 150 naira on voice calls or just 250 naira on voice calls in the preceding week to enjoy. Watch out for an SMS alert for details.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
When your food is cooking, you should add a little salt. You can never go wrong with Dangote salt because it's refined, iodized, and so white, back so nice. You can never go wrong with Dangote salt. Oh yeah, put up, stir up, shake up, cook up. You can never go wrong with Dangote salt.
It's not just salt, it's Dangote salt.
The secret to my everyday radiance is that chocolate glow. It gives me confidence.
I've not made my hair.
Congratulations, girl. Here is chocolate for you.
Chocolate. I couldn't have asked for better.
Chocolate waves come in different styles and sizes. It's 100% human hair, long-lasting and affordable. I just upped my game with chocolate waves.
Sweet life, chocolate hair.
With Happy Cover from Leadway Assurance, you'll be covered for, well, almost anything. From automobile cover...
Boys, pay nicely.
...to house... ...to personal cover. All with one single premium.
Pay nicely with your brother. That's it, we're going home.
That was close.
Yes.
Luckily, I have Happy Cover.
Oh, I have Happy Cover too. Sorry about your house.
Actually, I have Happy Cover also, so... Maybe he needs happy.
Live happy with Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Welcome to the new world of superb taste, now here in Nigeria. Everyone, try it and enjoy the delicious goodness. We are bringing our new noodles to every corner of the country. That's right, it tastes great. It tastes fantastic. It's time for a new noodle. Nigeria, you want the truly delicious taste? Come and get it! Be supreme, Nigeria. Hey, Saham Unit Trust. You're the one I trust.
Saham Unit Trust Insurance Nigeria Limited. We work with you each step of the way. At the start of your dreams, from business to home ownership, assets, property, and personal effects, we will cover your risk of loss or damage, just as we have grown, silently but confidently, from a national brand to becoming part of a key global player in insurance services. At Saham Unit Trust Insurance Nigeria Limited, we build your trusts and confidence as nature nourishes life.
You give me strength and confidence.
Saham Unit Trust Insurance Nigeria Limited. Trust, strength, and confidence.
Welcome back. The Get Alerts in Millions promo of Fidelity Bank PLC has officially come to a close. Ime Udori witnessed the final presentation of prizes to the last set of winners of the monthly and quarterly draws, which held at the bank's headquarters in Lagos, and compiled this report in which she says a total of 20 million naira was given away.
Latin Millions promo was announced 9 months ago by Fidelity Bank PLC. Management of the bank promised to use it to improve the standard of living of its customers. And true to their word, they did it. During this period, the bank touched the lives of over 150 Nigerians positively.
On this journey, we have given out both cash and consolation prizes worth well over 100 million naira to 171 winners across the 6 geopolitical zones.
The last 20 million naira from the 105 million naira set aside for the promo by Fidelity Bank was distributed 2 weeks ago at the last draws held. It also produced winners of 3 million naira, 1 million naira, and consolation prizes in the monthly draw category, while a star prize winner of 5 million naira also emerged in the quarterly draws, all from the Lagos zone. The star prize winner is a diaspora account holder of the bank in Saudi Arabia. His brother received his prize.
And I've seen it all, and we appreciate Fidelity Bank. I will open my account to.
Overwhelmed by this win, the customers promised to keep faith with the bank.
I would like to invest in a Fidelity Bank because it's them that make me to be a millionaire.
With the money, I want you to invest it in more research.
We will also follow up with the winners to make sure that those winnings are actually being utilized by them.
For the management of the bank, all that begins well must end well.
We've put smiles on the faces of our customers. Our customers, on their own part, have also been faithful in saving with us, and it's showing in the numbers.
As you open the account, make sure you fund the account, you run it, and be part of the promo and all the things happening in Fidelity.
Fidelity Bank is encouraging people to bank with it, as it will soon unveil another bigger package that will enrich the lives of its customers.
In the last couple of days, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed had a crowded schedule of official engagements. Anthony Folson reports that his schedule was very tight. When he was in Lagos, however, he squeezed out time to honor an invitation by Terra Culture. And what happened there is what Anthony is set to tell us.
The Nigerian Creative Industry Summit, which was designed to explore financing opportunities for the sector, was not just about formal deliberations. The participants were hosted at Terra Culture. Then from the movie The Lion King, and another called from South Africa. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, accompanied by his Information and Communication counterpart from Nigeria Republic, were also entertained with an adaptation in honor of Nigeria's music.